Hey Mike, it's Eric. I made a new script, or I updated an old script, I should say. It's a trigger plane script, and it's a new one. I'm going to show you how to set it up. So I have a scene with a player, prefab, and that's it. So I'm going to create a trigger plane. Now we already have a prefab of this from the old one, and all you'd have to do is update the script on that, but I'm just going to make a new one. Anyways, so here's a new trigger plane script, put that on there. Gotta make sure that our trigger plane is actually a trigger, not a collider. And then if we'll see down here, there's a trigger script function, which is cool. So an option, I mean. So I'm going to select that. Now what do we want to trigger? Actually, first let me scale up our dude so we can see it without doubt. Boom. Okay. Now let's use my propeller. Let's put a propeller in the scene. And I'll show you what happens normally with a propeller, if you can't guess it already. The propeller has a rotate transform script, right? So there's a script attached to it that will make it do this and spin around, which is fun. But what we want to have happen is we don't want the thing to start spinning until our guy hits this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to select our object, and we're going to find the script in question, and we're going to the rotate transform and disable it. Then we're going to go to our trigger plane, select obviously trigger script, and then we have a object with script. It's our propeller, so we're going to drag that over. Boom. And the script name was rotate transform. I'm going to put this down to right because I have one hand. Alright, so rotate transform. As you'll see right here, it says rotate transform with a space in between it, but Unity just does that. It makes it look nicer, but the script name itself is actually rotate transform without a space in between. And the way you can tell that is by going to propeller, you click on the script, and it shows you that's what it's really called. Anyways, so what this essentially does is this propeller script, the rotate script, won't trigger until I hit the plane. So let's see if it works. Yay! Now you can use this too for object emitter scripts and stuff like that. Unfortunately, our object emitter scripts are kind of long names, easy to mess up, but you can use it for those too. So if you don't want taxis to be emitted or objects to be emitted at a certain time or whatever, now it's an option. Now I do eventually want to make it so this can be like an array, or sorry, the plane object has you could make a list of a bunch of different objects with different script names underneath, so that you can reference them and okay, this one trigger plane is going to trigger all of these objects to go at a certain time. Granted, that wouldn't be such an issue with an object like propeller because it's just spinning around, it's not really doing anything, but for emitters and stuff like that, if we don't want those going until we get to a certain point, that's a good thing to do. Anyways, that's the script. I hope you enjoyed this educational tutorial. Fuck.